Good morning. Good morning. It is so good to be here with you all today on this beautiful Friday, August 28th, 2020. And today, let's just get right into the energy of the four. We haven't met yet. My name is Jen Kohler. I am a numerologist. I am a Reiki master teacher. I'm a self-mastery coach. I bring beautiful transformation to my clients through vibration, energy, frequency, universal laws, emotional mastery, self-mastery. Good morning, Michelle. I'm so glad to see you here. So I just am like really feeling a lot of emotion right now. I just finished watching Joy's Universal Law of Grace, and I realized that as I have worked through so many of these universal laws over the past 2 years working with Joy, I've really learned to embody them even when I don't remember that I even worked with that law. It's like the laws start to embody themselves as you start to learn them and as you start to really recognize what they are. And the universal law of grace really hit me in a really beautiful way today. So I highly recommend that if you haven't watched that yet, that you go back and watch Joy's universal law of grace today. It was amazing. Good morning, Kyla. I'm so glad you're here. So let's talk about the four. So I am a ruling number 4. I feel very strongly into the 4 energy. 4 is foundational. 4 is stability. 4 is grounded. The 4 is the emperor, and the 4 is asking you to lead yourself first and foremost so that you can go out into the world and lead your family or your friends or a movement or whatever that looks like for you. So see how that sort of starts to move out from you, right? So as you learn how to lead yourself, as you learn how to build your own foundation in your own body, you create stability, you create your own safety. It does not come from outside of you. As you really learn to stand in your own ability to create safety within, then you can allow that to float out from you. You can allow that to emanate out from you. So I always think of however I'm leading myself, however I'm leading my family is how I'm leading a movement. And that still feels really big to me. And I don't even know what it looks like. I'm leading a movement of love. I'm leading a movement of peace, right? That's really where I come from is in this feeling of desire, of freedom, of peace, of love. So that is my movement. So how are you feeling that 4 energy today, and how can you dive into it further? So some of my favorite ways to get grounded or to come back to the root chakra and get really into self is to use a grounding cord. Imagine that you have roots coming down out of the bottom of your feet. Get outside, get into nature, sit with a tree, sit by a stream, sit by something that feels naturey to you. I mean, like whatever that looks like. Go for a walk in your neighborhood. Notice the nature around you. Notice the abundance around you. And that is really how I like to get grounded. That 4 energy just to me is this energy of like checking things off the list after I do the grounding, right? So after I've meditated, after I've grounded, after I've come home to me, because this is really the key here is to come home to self, right? So you are your own, this vessel that you're in is your home, and the soul that you are housing in this vessel is your home. So how are you taking good care of your vessel? That's some more 4 energy for you. So after you have come home to yourself this morning or today or whenever, then you get to like really emanate out into the world. How am I leading? How am I leading out into the universe? So that's really the 4 energy that we're working with today. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about the law of grace, since that's what Joy was talking about this morning, and it really brought up some things for me. And I have just moved back to Iowa, as you all know, or maybe some of you know. maybe you didn't know, I moved back to Iowa from Colorado. I've been gone from Iowa for 25 years. And so in being gone, what that looked like for me was a lot of avoidance, right? I left because I didn't want to look at my shit, or I actually did want to look at my shit, but I didn't want to look at it around everyone that was here because it was triggering to me. And I was seeing all of these mirrors and I didn't even have any of the language for that. So I ran away. I moved to California when I was 24. And then I moved to Colorado when I met my husband, and we traveled around the world, and we lived there for over 16 years. And we just moved back to Iowa, which is where all of my family is, and or much of my immediate family, and also my friends. And I have some really amazing dear friends here who have grown with me along the way, along the path. And I also did so much of my own spiritual work on my own that I had this little isolation bubble around me. And so now I'm here and I get to like see it in practice. And recently, just the other day, last week, I was really triggered by something that happened in my family. And I noticed it. I noticed the trigger, right? And I immediately felt so like triggered in my body, which is like a great signal, right? To know the feelings that you're feeling in the body. Where are you feeling it? How are you feeling it? What does it look like, right? Does it have a shape? Does it have a size? Does it have a weight? Does it have a color? Where is it in your body? And so I was really just noticing all of those things. And I jumped to some conclusions and I was really hurt. And then I stopped and I stopped the pattern right there. And I thought, hold on, let me use some of my tools. Good morning, Whitney. Let me use some of my tools. Let me use my brain game. Let's brain game this, right? Master the brain game. If you're in my master the brain game, you know that is like, we brain game ourselves, right? We use our own tools to look at the triggers, to look at the mirrors, to see what's coming up for us. And then I was able to see that what I was perceiving was just my perception of reality. And and then I assumed and made this whole story up. And it was just this brief moment. And I was really hurt for about 15 minutes. And that's how long it takes, right? Is it takes about 15 minutes, and I let myself sit in it, and I was like, God damn it, what assholes, and all of that. And then I realized that I was perceiving it in the totally wrong way. I was just perceiving it from an old wounded place, and I was able to move through it and move through the forgiveness, let it go, move on, understand. And then I was able to reach back out to that person and everything was fine. And that really shows me the law of grace, right? Like really understanding that I can choose peace over all else and really having grace for all of the people around me. Yes, emotional mastery is amazing. Good morning, Jen. So glad you're joining me. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. So really understanding how, yes, it's the magic of the journey, right? Like when we can do this work for ourselves, it's so helpful. And I've been doing this work for a long time, and getting to see it in action in a new way here is really just amping up that mastery, really amplifying how I have become so much more masterful. And I don't want to run away. I don't want to avoid. I want to look at it. I want to feel it. I want to see it. I want to know it. And I want to embody it. And I get to see that every day with how I walk through my life, and being in a new environment that was an old environment. So I get to see my old patterns showing up for me, specifically for me to grow and to expand and to evolve. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for the work that I have done with Megan Alton, with Joy Kingsborough, with Jaya Rose, with Jackie McDonald, with Virginia Shower. I've done some beautiful work with a lot of really amazing people in this world, and it makes me so grateful. And I just love my life. So thank you so much. Yeah, it gets me excited too. The growing and the awareness and seeing it all working out for me. I mean, it just is so beautiful. So any hoodle, thank you all for being with me today. Enjoy this beautiful 4 energy that we have. It's very grounded. It feels so beautiful. Tomorrow is a 5 energy day. You're going to feel this sort of flip, a shift into the emotional, into the heart. You're going to feel this shift into the heart, okay, tomorrow. And it's going to feel very different from today. Today is grounded and secure and all of those things. And tomorrow you're going to feel this feeling for freedom. It's great for a Saturday. And then on Sunday, it's a 6 energy day. And the 6 is just creation and love and family and friends. So do something with your family. Do something that feels really loving for yourself. Do something that feels creative and good for you. And I will see you all on Monday morning at 10:30-ish Central Standard Time for the Daily Pulse. And Kyla says, I am doing my best to move into grateful for the contrast moments. Yes, absolutely. This is the beginning of that for you, Kyla. It's so beautiful. And if you are in the Master the Rain game, I will see you very soon, like in 12 minutes. And love you all so much. Oh, yes, yoga practicum tomorrow, Jen. That sounds amazing. And love that you're doing that for yourself. Beautiful. All right, people, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you on the flip side.